So it's like, oh, I understand you, but please, sir, let me do my thing. I promise I'm not gonna steal anything. Well, hello my loves, how are you all today? Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Silvina, and in today's video I'm going to share with you the ugly truth of being a fashion YouTuber in a third world country, especially in Latin America. Look, I love my country, but when it comes to being a YouTuber, especially a fashion YouTuber in a third world country, it's hard, and here's why. Okay, so first of all, there are not many options where to buy clothes because there are not many international stores here, and practically no one allows returns. I've shared this previously, but I actually do buy some clothes for some videos, especially styling videos, because I want to show versatility and show you different things. It would be very boring of me to show you always the same pieces over and over again, and that requires for me to buy some things and then return them, because I obviously don't have the budget to keep them, and to be honest, I don't really want to keep them. And at least here in my country, I don't know in other third world countries, I'm not sure, but at least here, like, practically no one allows returns. Only two international brands, like multinational brands that we all know who I'm talking about, because I always wear their pieces and I always show their pieces, especially on my outfit of the day on my social media, but other than that, no one. So that means that I only have like a very limited option of places to buy from. In line with that, I can't link practically any of the pieces that I show you. I know a lot of you have asked me like, oh, where are those pants from, or that sweater, or where did you buy X thing? And most of the time I cannot share it with you, and that is for several reasons. First of all, because the majority of the pieces that I own are from local brands to me, and they do not offer international shipping, and the majority of my audience are international, so you will not be able to get it. Also, if I'm being like 100% honest, I generally don't buy clothes because I'm quite satisfied with my wardrobe, so I don't really have the need to keep buying clothes all the time. The only times I buy clothes are for videos, but for myself, like for my personal use, I only buy things like every 3 to 6 months, like one thing every 3 months, I don't know. So that makes that all of the pieces that I own are from previous seasons. They are not current pieces generally, so I cannot share anything with you because they're probably already sold out or they are not in season anymore. And thirdly, because the pieces that I do buy for the videos that are from global brands that everyone knows, you may be thinking like, okay, maybe I can buy that. Well, it's not that simple because we live in different seasons. Like when it's winter there, it's summer here, and vice versa. So most of the times the pieces that I buy from my local global brand, it's not available on other markets like in the northern hemisphere. And believe me, I have tried this multiple times in multiple different videos, trying to search for the pieces that I showed on a video in like the US store or the UK store, and 9 times out of 10 I couldn't find anything. And you may be thinking like, okay, but how's that an issue? Like, first of all, it's an issue because I cannot help you. Like, I cannot give you the link to the pieces that you so desperately want to know more information about, and that is personally my main interest. And secondly, because at this point you all know that a big portion of a content creator or an influencer or a YouTuber's income is through affiliate marketing, and it's totally natural and it's totally okay. Like, content creators create content for an audience, and if that audience wants to buy the product that the influencer is showing, then they click on the link and they buy the piece, and then the content creator gets like a percentage of that sale. It's totally okay and totally normal. But in my case, like I said, I cannot link you anything, so please take a guess on how much money I made through affiliate links. Yes, 0. Also, in line with the 2 previous points, I cannot buy from worldwide online shops either. First of all, because in my country there is actually a limit on how much you can spend on buying pieces and shipping them into the country. I think it's a maximum of 3 or 5 purchases that do not surpass like $200 a year, and if you go over that, you have to pay custom fees, which can get like pretty high. And on top of that, worldwide stores, they do offer returns, but the amount of money that I will have to pay to return, like ship back the product, it's just not worth it. No. So moving on from that whole rant about not being able to buy new pieces and share the links with you, reason number 4 why it's very hard to be a YouTuber on a third world country is People will literally think you're crazy if you record in public, and they will judge you. The amount of times I have been looked at weirdly just for holding a phone to my face is crazy, and for an introvert like me, that is like the worst thing that could happen to you, literally. And I think that has a lot to do with people not being used to content creators in small countries, because there are not a lot, like it could happen in bigger countries or more developed countries, so people are not used to us, or they literally think that you're recording them. I seriously get super nervous filming in public. Okay, reason number 5, and this is a real fear, at least in my country, you can literally get robbed. How I would love to like go around the city like holding my phone up in the air and recording everything, but that is not real for me. That is not the reality. Like if I do that, my phone would probably be snatched away from my hands. And that is a real fear. Like I know that you can get robbed anywhere in the world, even in first world countries. I'm totally aware of that. But if you live in a third world country, not like a small country, and especially in South America, like in Latin America, you know that that is totally real. Like it could definitely happen to you. So you have to be super careful like where you're filming, and especially be very aware of your surroundings. And believe it or not, that even subconsciously can totally limit the type of content that you create or the liberty that you have to create content. So it's actually very hard. Like I said, I would love to go out on the street and film like everything, but it would be for me like a constant fear of getting robbed, and I cannot afford to lose my phone, like seriously. So yeah, even if you don't think that it's like, oh, it's not a big deal, like it actually is, I promise you. Okay, another thing that totally happens is that if you're recording like in a store or something like that, guards will look at you very suspiciously because either they think that you're stealing or doing something sketchy, and you live in fear that you're gonna get kicked out of the store. Okay, so as I said in reason number 4, people are not really used to seeing content creators in public, and let's be completely honest, stealing in a store is something that it could definitely happen. So guards become really like sketchy or very judgy about you, and I don't blame them at all because I totally understand that that is their job. But I'm there trying to film like a cute video or show you like how they style the mannequins, and then I turn around and I have like a guard looking at me or passing behind me, and I get super uncomfortable, and I get super paranoid that they are going to kick me out of the store and ban me from ever entering again. So it's like, oh, I understand you, but please sir, let me do my thing. I promise I'm not gonna steal anything. Okay, so another thing is that if you want to make a business out of YouTube, you will probably have to target a bigger audience, and that in most cases involves speaking in English. Otherwise, you won't make a lot of money out of YouTube alone. Okay, let's be honest here. I love creating content for you, I love sharing things with you, and I love the community that we're forming. But content creators create content as a form of work, so we need money to live. And if you're going to do YouTube as a full-time job, you have to reach wider audiences, especially in like bigger markets like the US or Europe, and for that you have to speak in English. This is not to say that you cannot grow or get big speaking in your native language. There are multiple content creators that are doing great things and growing a lot, and they are huge speaking on their native languages, but the reality is that it does limit your growth because English is an international and a global language. And right now you may be watching this and connecting the dots on why my channel is in English. And yes, my intention with this channel was to reach the biggest amount of people possible. I didn't want to limit my progress or my growth, and I knew that for that to happen, I had to speak in English. Is it easier for me to speak Spanish? Well, yes, obviously, it's my native language. It would be so much easier for me to create a Spanish channel, but I also knew that my possibilities for growth were a lot bigger if I spoke in English. And also because CPMs on Latin America and Spanish-speaking countries are very low, you will probably not make that much money at all if you target those countries, even if you have like thousands of subscribers or hundreds of thousands of subscribers. And that's the truth. So since the beginning, I always wanted to make YouTube and make content creation my job, like my full-time job, my business, while still doing something that I enjoyed. And for that, I knew that I had to speak English, even if sometimes speaking in English is very hard for me. Like, I think I've told you previously that I've been studying English since I was literally a kid, like 5 years old. But if you don't speak English all of the time, it's actually very difficult to sit down in front of a phone or a camera or something like that and speak in English for a long time. Like words start to get all twisty, and you know, it's very difficult, I can assure you. Okay, and lastly, another reason why being a content creator or a YouTuber in a third world country it's hard is because brands, when they find out that you're not from the US or Europe or some bigger countries or bigger markets, they do not want to work with you. Even if your audience is literally from those countries, like, they don't even care. So in line with the previous point, another big source of income that content creators have is sponsorships. You already know that. But when you are from a third world country, it gets trickier. I swear the amount of times I have been reached by a brand asking me to show you my audience some of their products, and then when I explain to them that I'm from Uruguay and I explain like the shipping and the process and the cost and everything, some of them, they respond to me very politely saying that Uruguay is not their target audience, and that is totally okay. But some of them, they never respond. And what most of them don't know is that actually, like, a very big percentage of my audience are from the US, and then they are also from Germany and the UK and other like big countries and big markets. But I don't know, I suppose that they are not really interested to know, which I guess I understand, but I don't know. But yeah, you guys, this is the reality of being a fashion content creator in a third world country. I just want to finish this video off by saying that I'm not complaining about this. Like, I'm very grateful to be doing what I'm doing and to be able to, you know, share a little bit of my life with you and to be able to connect with all of you. I'm doing this in like a very fun and lighthearted way, but I thought that it would be fair and it would be a good thing for me to show you, you know, like the great side of content creation, which I have done in the past multiple times, but it would be also fair to show you the ugly side, like the ugly truth of being a content creator in a third world country, like a very small country. So yeah, I don't know. And my final message for this video is that yes, in third world countries it's very hard, it will be very difficult, but if you really want it, you can totally get it. Like, it's totally possible, I swear. By the way, if you're watching this video and you want to start your own fashion channel, no matter where you are, I actually made a video on how to start a fashion YouTube channel or how to be a fashion content creator, so you can definitely go check it out. I will leave it up here. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. Let me know what you think down in the comment section. Lastly, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notifications for more fashion and lifestyle content. And as always, I will leave the links in the description box of all of my social media, so you can go check them out. I'll see you in my next video. I hope you have an incredible rest of your day. Ciao, ciao!